How's it going, internets? I hope you're having a lovely day. It's that time again. It's time to get into some animation. It's time to get those creative sparks flying. It's time to get imaginative, and it's time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from Barry Windsor-Smith. And if you're not familiar with his work, check right over here. He's a phenomenal comic book artist. He was really instrumental in Marvel in the early 70s for sure. He did a great run on the Conan series, and also was pretty much the creative mind behind Weapon X, as well as many as he's also worked on some Red Sonja and a bunch of other franchises as well. So I'll just leaf through and show you a couple of his phenomenal works here so you guys can see the great craftsmanship and artistry that is really built into his work. He has a phenomenal understanding of anatomy. You can see his layout and his composition mixed with creativity and just that extra spark of genius that's in his work. I'm a really big fan of his ever since probably the last 5 or 6 years or so. Definitely have gotten into the Conan comics quite a bit. I just think they're phenomenally written and laid out, and I'm really a fan of that 70s and 80s style comic book work as well. And yeah, so I really like there's a lot of kind of Mobius-ness or Jean Girard-ness that I get from his work as well, which I really love Mobius too. So that being said, let's go ahead. I grabbed a quote from an interview that he did that I want to share with you guys, and it's all about communication. Here's a good word. If my stuff fails to communicate, then it has failed, no matter what I did or how I did it. And I think this is interesting. We don't really talk about this a ton, but creativity and all that stuff is really about connecting with other people, or getting your voice out. And even though we talk about the fundamentals a lot, and just establishing those fundamentals and throwing your own personality and stuff behind it, you really want to make sure that your stuff is communicating. And it doesn't mean that you have to have some grand message with your work that's some like political message or religious message or anything like that, but just that the ideas can cause other people to think and to ponder, and that there's some meaning behind your work, and that it's not just something that, here, I'll give you this example. So this is kind of weird, but my dad loves America's Got Talent, and most of the time I think there's a lot of just different acts and stuff that, whatever, I couldn't name one of them, but there's one in particular. It's this guy, and this is kind of a weird example, so just bear with me a second, but he's called the Regurgitator, and the dude, he swallows light bulbs. He swallowed a lock, and then he swallowed a key after it, and then he swallowed a ring, and then he put the ring in the lock, and then pulled up the key, and it's crazy. So it's something that that one in particular sticks with me and makes me think, and it's definitely a creative, and you can tell there's talent and there's skill and there's performance in his act as well. And I don't want to make this stuff just about animation or just about drawing or anything. There's creativity and there's entertainment value in a lot of different things, in a lot of different areas, and you can learn from different things. And I think stuff like that, it's not like he's communicating this necessarily great message behind it. And I don't mean to say that he's putting a negative one out there, but rather it's not like he has some big agenda that he has to communicate some message, but rather that he does something, and he does it so well, and he does it in an entertaining fashion, and he presents itself well, and he's got a whole kind of character that he is with him, that it's something that sticks with you, and it makes you think about it, and it makes you wonder, how did he do that? And it's just and I think if you can do that with your creative work, whatever it is, musician, illustrator, animator, sculptor, and just whatever it is that you do, if you can get that so that tomorrow in the afternoon, the person who saw what you did or read what you did or viewed it or experienced whatever it is, that tomorrow when they're sitting there in their cubicle or they're driving to wherever they have to drive to, and they think back about your work, I think that's the whole goal of it, is to try and have that moment with someone else. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit off tangent, but definitely check him out. He's the Regurgitator. for some reason he definitely sticks in my head, and definitely other people as well. But definitely, if you haven't gone through and read any of the Marvel Conan run of comics from the early 70s, definitely do it. Check out Weapon X, and there's a couple of really phenomenal Barry Windsor-Smith interviews out there where he just goes just into depth for pages and pages that are just so great. I just was sopping that stuff up like a wet sponge, and I'll have to see if I can find that link and share it with you. Otherwise, I will throw a couple of links to his stuff down below as well. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into our animation for today. I'll turn this on so you can see the eyes here. This is the Tonga rig. It's a free rig you can grab over at Creative Crash, which I will again link down in the description below. And if you're not familiar with this series, welcome. Thanks for checking out the video. But what we'll be doing for the rest of the video is we give ourselves 48 frames. It's 2 seconds of animation. And I go out and I find a different rig to share with you guys, so you can have a different rig to play with every day as well. And we see what we come up with. Have a little bit of kind of instruction, a little bit of just over the shoulder, hang out with me while I animate, and hopefully overall throughout the video, my goal is to either, if you're just starting out, that maybe you learned something along the way, or if you've been doing this for a long time, that maybe you get inspired by some of the stuff we start off at the video at, or by the fact that we're doing this every day and you get motivated to go off and create your own stuff and to fight through that artist block or whatever it is. So that being said, let's go ahead and delve right in here. I think for this one, I'm kind of wanting to do something a little more vanilla, but kind of in the old style of like maybe kind of a 20s or 30s kind of double bouncy, really cartoony kind of a walk, but still kind of keep it vanilla is kind of the flavor I'm thinking for this one. So let's go ahead and create a polygon primitives cube here. One thing about this rig, I did notice that it wasn't really centered. It was centered as the middle rather than was the center rather than the bottom, so I'm just going to have to compensate for that here. And I figure better to do it with the floor than with the rig itself, because then we'll be able to get into the translate Y's. We'll have to compensate there. Let's make sure that it still looks like he's on the floor. There we go. Let's go ahead and just save our file real quick. Control S. We are using Autodesk Maya 2014, a phenomenal program. As always, with every video, that will be linked down in the description below if you're not familiar with the program or where to get it or anything there. And let's go ahead and pull that foot back, pull this foot forward. Yeah, I think like a pretty vanilla-ish style walk, but just do that double bounce and then a little bit of the tail. I think that would give us be kind of fun. I just feel like this guy would be like a good old school cartoony kind of a rig. And let's go ahead and rotate that up, rotate that down, and rotate the neck down a little bit, and rotate the head up. I like that neck being that way though. I guess we'll just do it on the head. The neck is kind of bending at a weird angle, but I don't know that I really well. Let's go ahead and splay the feet out a little bit with a little bit of rotate Y. Just do little loose clenched fists. Just try to get a good pose here. Just go and tweak every one of them there. Pull this one out a little bit more. And let's go get it on the side here. Tweak it up a little bit more. Just want to get into a nice storytelling pose here. Definitely got to try and give it kind of a Felix the Cat kind of a vibe. Side. Let's do a little bit. It's pretty good. I think we could probably twist this thumb a little more. Just a little more. Waves down just a little bit more. Lift the arms up just a little bit so they're not pressing so hard into the sides. Yeah, let's go from there. So let's turn everything off except for our curves, our surfaces, and our polygons. We'll go ahead and save our file again. We'll set our frame range from 0 to 48. From 0 here, grab everything, save our file, and we'll set our first key to S on the keyboard, and let's get started. So we're going to build the foundation of the walk, which is going to be the feet and the hips. So go 12, moves forward, push that forward, hips up there, push. Push there. Let's go ahead and scale it back a little bit more. Just kind of trying to even up those steps a little more. We'll go here, lock that in at 12, 22, 24, hips. And we'll definitely go in and tweak all this stuff and polish it out while we're just building the foundation. Okay. Let's grab the other foot, lock it in at 24, move it forward to 36. Hips forward. Other side here. Lock it in there. And bring. You know what? No, let's do a cycle instead. I just feel like doing a cycle rather than actually moving him here. Be more like what they do in a video game. Yeah. Still, let's push that back a little bit more. Set there. And bring that forward. Bring back. Forward. And back. Bring back there. Alright. doing, like I said, this is a double bounce, so where we'd normally just do the up and down kind of on the like passing position in the contact or a couple of frames before or after, this one's going to have twice as many. Obviously that's a little too much, so let's go window, animation editors, graph editor, let's look at our translate Y, and let's really neuter that quite a bit. Get rid of that for right now. It just feels a little bit too distracting. Let's just do a single bounce right now then. Just make it extra bouncy. It just feels like it's too fast. And it's okay to always change your idea. Make it stronger. Positions in. So I'm going to walk down the feet. And lift it up. Let's go other foot. And again, we're just going to go and lock down all of our main keys that we already set up. And get that side to side on the hips, so I favor the planted foot there. Okay, I'll do a little bit of rotate here. Again, to just kind of favor where the hips would be moving. On contact there. Let's see. Alright, obviously it's a lot, but we'll scale it back here and then we'll offset it when we do the chest animation as well. And let's tighten up our translate X here as well. To favor the front planted foot. And we'll scale that back a little bit more. Duplicate the frame so that it cycles right. Okay. chest, and we'll kind of offset the stuff that we did in the hips. So we'll go with the rotate Z. Do that. Back in what we had originally. So. And then we want to do a little bit of rotate Y to favor opposite shoulder. We have the foot doing. And I think we might need to scale back the movement on that chest a lot more here. So let's definitely do the lines, and then we'll see if we need to do the Z. Okay, let's exaggerate the up and down a little bit more. Neck, so a little more, or less movement on the neck a little bit. And maybe we'll scale it down a little bit more. And let's do a little bit of rotate Y there with the head. Let's maybe neutralize that a little bit. Just don't want it to feel like it's really locking off when it cycles. That's right. Okay, and let's do just get into arms here. So I'll have this one so back, forward, back. So let's see. Let me make that first one here. Cycles better. Let's break it out. Do a little bit of swing forward here. Drag back there. Swing forward there. Drag back there. And back again to what we're starting with. And let's look into the hand here. We'll do a little bit of drag there as well. Just loosen it up. We'll feel pretty cartoony on this one, so definitely okay with it being extra loose here. let's go and save our file here. Let's do a little more on the feet. Let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Drag back. And then we'll definitely add some overlap into the toe as well. We still need some more up and down. Let's have some more. Okay, let's go and save our file here. Go into tool flap. Lift it up. Zoom out. Lift it up. And add a little bit here to over there. Okay, and let's go ahead and just do that same thing on the side. So we'll drag it down. So there's a little bit of kind of more contact on those, especially since we're doing a cycle. I don't want to feel those feet are really slipping too much. So that'll add that nice little extra bit of feel contact on it. We have here. Squash and stretch that we can throw in there. Maybe we'll delay that a frame as well. Minimize it a little bit more. Let's see. Ease into that, so we'll do. this wrist, we can probably pull that up a little bit more. And break it just a little bit more, just to loosen it up there. Let's go look at the fingers here. Do a little bit of dragging those guys as well. And then we'll take the key side, we'll delay the frame. Index side, and we'll push it forward frame. Okay, and then let's look at the thumb. Excuse me. Just do a little lift. So there's some movement in there. Okay, and let's go and do the same thing here. Let's grab all of the fingers and we'll swoop forward, back, forward, and we'll go back to where we were. And we'll take the pinky and we'll delay the frame. Index, and we'll push it forward frame so they're not all hitting at the same time. Let's look at the thumb here. And let's go ahead and down a little bit. Off. Go back. Do a little bit more on the index a little bit here. More on the pinky as well. Just to kind of break up that fist a little more, so there's a little bit more change of shape throughout. Let's check that out now. Yeah, feels pretty good. And let's go ahead and do a little bit of movement on the ears. Got a chatty cat tonight. Let's go down, up, and down, and up, and down, and back to where we had it originally. So let's see. Definitely break that up more. Grab this one. Ears, but we'll get there. Let's tone that down a little more. Let's go like that. And then we'll go back into the tips of the ear here. Back on sixes. We might tone this down a lot too, we'll see. Just trying to build that in. Let's try going the opposite way here. Let's see. Tone down. We start off with. We'll tone up the mids here. So let's see. So we'll tone up the mids. Crank those up a little bit more. So let's see. And I think we're going to delay that tip just one more frame here. Base, now we'll look at it. Okay, let's go and save that. And now let's go ahead and get into the tail here. I think we're just going to do some side to side on this tail. just feels like it's gawking too much. Well, I'll get in there in a little bit. Grab these sections, put those on 12, so that'll be let's see here. Okay, and let's continue on down the tail. Let's grab the next section. Do those on 6s, so it'll be alright. Feels like we're getting somewhere with that tail. And we'll go back to the tip of the tail here. We'll put that back on. Might do a little bit of rotate. See on there as well. Just to add on a little bit more than just the rotate Y to it. Let's go look at it now. Let's redo that section. save this and let's do a little bit of compression in the belly here. So maybe rotate X back and forward, back and forward, back, forward. Let's clean that up a little bit more. Okay, and now let's go in the chest and we'll do the opposite. So that's that way. We're gonna back, forward, and we're definitely gonna have to clean that up better. So let's see. Do we have a jaw controller? So we can get a little bit of looseness in that jaw as well. So let's see. Oh, it's a little much. I think I want to go the other way. There we go. That's about right. Just a little looseness there. Probably even crank it more. Up and down here. So that's what we want. That would be opening. Here we go. This is, I'm sure, way too much, so I'll definitely scale that back. Okay. Let's lay that a frame as well. Squash it a little bit more. Got some loud neighbors tonight, that's for sure. Sorry about that. Let's go. Look at that. Alright, I feel like that works pretty well. Another thing I wanted to try, go ahead and save while we're at it. Let's grab everything here, switch our frame range to 49, and just give us one extra frame so we still have a little bit of transition between. And then switch back to 48. Hopefully a little bit better. We don't get that double. So we got a little bit of movement in between there. That'll help our loop cycle be a little bit better. frames per second. But there we go. Feels a little better. Okay, and let's go and save that. And let's create a new camera. So I like that camera, it's alright. Panel, 3K. Let's go ahead and create polygon primitives. Let's create a cube here. Perspective again. Let's assign a new material to that. Put a Lambert on there. Let's make it bluish color. For some reason, the translate X on here feels a little bit. Scale it back a little bit. Let's watch it now. Let's rotate or something. Yeah, there we go. The rotate Z is just a little too high. That's probably what I'm seeing now. Let's- Yeah, feels better. Let's take a look back at where we started. We were looking at Barry Windsor-Smith today, and it's all about communication. There's a good word. If my stuff fails to communicate, then it has failed, no matter what I did or how I did it. And I think that's a great lesson to learn and to try and focus on, because in the end, like, it doesn't matter about your process or how you do it or how long it takes or how long it doesn't take or what mood you're in when you made it. The end, the work needs to stand for itself and be able to reach out and touch people, and that's the kind of work that we want to create, is the stuff that lasts and goes on for a long time and helps people or causes people to think, or at least just sticks with people in the end. So that being said, thanks again for watching. Thanks for all of the likes and subscribes. Feel free to comment on anything you liked or didn't like about this one, or anything you would have done differently. And definitely, if you do end up doing a animation with this rig, share it back, and that goes for any sort of creation you guys are making. If you are writers, share your stories down below, or share links to your site, or any of that kind of stuff. I just want to see all the amazing stuff you guys are coming up with every day. So keep on keep on going, working towards your goals every day. Keep making steps towards your journey, because I believe in you. You guys can do it. And being said, we'll see you for some more animation tomorrow.